Hey YouTube, Dan over here, coming at you with a very meta team, a balanced meta team. So I'm going to go over each Pokemon, why some of them you're seeing a lot more and some of them you're seeing a lot less, and I don't disagree with the ones you're seeing a lot less of. So let's just start with the one you're seeing a lot more of, Galarian Stunfisk. When there's more flyers, there's two things happens. One, there's more steel to wall the flyers, and two, there's less fighters, right? You're not seeing Metachamp as much as anymore. You're seeing some of it. I shouldn't say it's gone away completely, but you're not seeing as much anymore. And you're not seeing just, like, I don't think I've seen a Scrafty yet either in the 2 weeks that I've been playing. Because there's a lot less play for just pure fighters in this meta, right? So your counter users are gone, which is one of your biggest hurdles for Galarian Stunfisk. So that's why you're seeing Galarian Stunfisk, you're seeing Registeel a lot more in the Great League. It has play. It's always been one of the top ranked Pokemon. Mudshot is just so fast energy generation. Rock Slide and Earthquake both hit hard. It's bulky. We know what Galarian Stunfisk is. That's why you're seeing more of it. I agree it needs to be in this more. What you're seeing a significant amount less of is Trevenant. And there's two reasons you're seeing a lot less Trevenant. And I'm going to tell you why I disagree with it. One is Noctowl. If you get caught on a Noctowl, you just have absolutely nowhere to go. It is a full farm. Every move you throw is resisted. The ghost and the grass is all resisted. So you have nowhere to go. It's just going to farm. It's going to take you out. It's going to come out with a bunch of energy. You're essentially, like, you're done. There's nothing you can do. And with that, like I said, there's also less fighters. So Metachamp is still around, but not around as much anymore. So, like, one of your best wins is not around anymore. But here's why I disagree with it. Trevenant has such a good matchup against the Steels, Galarian Stunfisk and Registeel, that you're going to win both of those. Swamperts are still heavily around. Lantern is now around everywhere, and Lantern has absolutely zero moves to throw at Trevenant. So yes, you need to watch out for the Noctowl, but otherwise, a lot of those other wins are still on the board. And I already mentioned in my other video, Lickitung has kind of gone away because of Noctowl, right? Because the Elixir resisted on Noctowl, it's a super hard loss. So Lickitung's gone, which was one of the hardest answers. And I said Scrafty and is not around as much. Obstagoon, even though it's not a fighter, isn't around as much either. So a lot of your like losses and Sableye, same thing. I talked about how Sableye is still so strong in this, but it's gone away because everyone is scared of Noctowl, Lantern Core, which is everywhere right now. And if you keep it away from Noctowl, it is just so strong still with all the meta that you're going to see. So that's why I like it. I've got two Pokemon, Altaria and Galarian Stunfisk, that can deal with Noctowl, right? So that is why I put this on my team, because it was still strong and it was strong in this meta. Altaria. Everyone is loving the new wing attack flyers. Pelipper, Noctowl. One thing that beats both of those Pokemon and still is a beast against Lantern and other Pokemon is Altaria. And Altaria has the added bonus of Charm got nerfed, so you're not seeing as many Charmers anymore. So Charm is one of your main thing that was gone away. It is bad that you have more Galarian Stunfisk and Registeel. Like, that is trouble. You beat both Lantern because you're half dragon, so you resist the electric there. So the flyer makes it neutral and Surf is resisted. So you really only need to watch out for Thunderbolts and you still win that matchup. And it beats the Noctowl matchup it's super, super, super close. It depends on IVs. It depends on fast move timing, optimization, stuff like that. So you technically win like 503, but like mistiming plays could lead to a loss. As I don't know what I did here or didn't do here. So Altaria is still extremely, extremely strong in this meta. It's still one of like the top 10 to 15 ranked Pokemon on PvPoke, and for good reason. It's got that Dragon Breath damage for the most part, does great. Another good catch by my opponent on the Registeel, but again, I've got Trevenant. Galarian Stunfisk, but I still have the Trevenant for this, so they can let their Rock Slides. So it's a good Pokemon to use. It's got bulk. It's got fast move pressure. It still has some charge move pressure because the fast move damage adds up so quickly. And these back Pokemon are good with Shadow Ball, Earthquake for sort of nukes. So getting that fast move damage plus Sky Attack, Moonblast pressure helps flip some matchups. like helps get shields down that you can now just sort of nuke in the back end. So that is the team. It is meta and it works, right? You got sort of 2 Pokemon in the back for Registeel, Glare, and Stunfisk. You have 2 Pokemon for Lantern. You have 2 Pokemon for Noctowl. You have 1 Pokemon really only for Azumarill. Azumarill's a little tough, but if it's not running Hydro Pump, the Glare and Stunfisk matchup is not bad. But yeah, it's a solid team, solid Pokemon. When in doubt, go meta. Like, there's a meta champ, and I'm gonna just go straight Moonblast because I have a shield, and this takes it down to like the red that you can just Dragon Breath down. Or even at this point, I could probably just Mud Shot down, and they know it, so they tried to farm down, and this game's over. So definitely worth looking into this combo. I know Noctowl's flavor of the month, but meta changes. And some things since season 1, Altaria, has not changed. So definitely worth a look into. The next video is going to be a Wing Attack Charizard, because again, it's on my faction team, so I'm testing it out. Really interesting Pokemon. Like, the problem is Lantern's there, so Lantern's going to be a big problem, so you need 2 Pokemon to deal with Lantern. But you get to the Fire Blast quicker, and I'm so used to, I haven't used Charizard really in the Great League, so I'm so used to just using it in the Ultra League, and everything's so bulkier in the Ultra League. You don't like, Blast Burn is like, okay, Blast Burn does like 50, 60, 70%, like that's nice, but it's not a one-shot. It does so much more damage in the Great League because everything's just doesn't have that XL realistically. So definitely worth looking into Wing Attack Charizard. I don't have, my buddy swears by the Shadow, and I think others have used the Shadow too. I think because Charizard is so glassy in the Great League, I think Shadow is probably better. I just didn't have one, and you're not allowed to use Shadow on the faction league I'm in, cup I'm in, so I used non-Shadow, and non-Shadow works fine. Like, I had like a 5-game winning streak with the team, and then I moved on to the next one because I gotta pump out content for you guys. So that is basically it. I think the matchup battles have 36 seconds left. And we move on to the next one. So Ultra League Premier Classic on Thursday. I'm still debating what I want to do here, because I always do best teams. And I think putting out a best team for Ultra League Open and Ultra League Premier Classic is probably a good idea. Just because Premier Classic versus Open is significantly different, because one has XL and Legendaries, and the other one is only level 40 and no Legendaries. So it's a significant difference between the 2 of them. So I think that I will probably just put out 2 videos going over all the best teams there. So check out for that on Thursday. And that is it. So appreciate you hitting the thumbs up button and the subscribe button if you're new to this channel. And please leave a comment on the video for the YouTube algorithm. And that is it. So thanks for watching, and I will see you guys in the next one.